Hi, my name is Annukka Santasalo-Aarnio and I work as a lecturer at the School of Chemical Technology at Aalto University. The course we were developing is a project work course for our master's students in sustainable metals processing. For this year, the students selected their own teams. So the task was to find multidisciplinary teams. So they ran job interviews for each other and then selected the team members. We didn't either give them a direct topic, but we just gave them the theme. And the theme for this year was closing the loop for secondary raw materials. And from that, the students did their own study and found what would be interesting topics for themselves. They selected an element, and then they were looking at the recyclability and possibilities to recycle this element. The groups were regularly showing their work to all of the other teams as well by giving presentations. And at that time, the groups which were not doing as well as the high-performing groups could see how well the other groups can perform. And then the poor-performing groups could benchmark themselves against the better-performing groups. For this year, they were giving tasks that they couldn't just divide and do work individually at home. But the tasks themselves were something that they actually had to work as a group. So they had to brainstorm, they had to be sitting with the same table, they had to contact industry members, and they had to gather data. They were all kind of tasks that they couldn't just do individually at home and then in the end gather that together and present it as a group work. One of the learning outcomes was definitely that they learned to take responsibility. They learned to kind of be in charge of their own work. We didn't really provide them any nice formats and any nice templates that they could use, but they had to actually think what their project is going to be about and how do they present it. And what are the results. We didn't kind of give them the direction entirely where we want them to go. And that was the best part of the group, where we actually saw that the results were something that we couldn't even imagine beforehand, that the students had found their own way and they found new results and new ideas that we couldn't even direct them to. I think that one of the learning outcomes was that they understood the wider perspective and the different ways they could use their expertise, not just in a technical context, but a much wider context as well. They could also understand what kind of ways they could utilize this in work life and that they could work in different kind of places, not just in technical positions. As a personal level, I think as a teacher, you learn how you can give responsibility to the students and just guide them and not direct them, not cut their wings. I was also a little bit out of my comfort zone, and it was sometimes difficult to direct the students, and some students would have wanted to have more help and would have wanted to have a template, and they wanted to know what they need to do to perform well. And this was a question that was difficult to answer, because if I tell them beforehand where they should go, then they will go there, and I didn't want them to go there. I want them to perform better.